today I'm going to teach you guys how to draw a fox. And so it's going to be kind of like the one from the important travel progress video I made, the red fox that's sitting down. I'm going to try to recreate that for you guys and tell you the steps on how to make your very own sitting fox. So let's begin. As usual, we're going to start with the head. The thing about this one, you gotta be careful, don't put it too close to the edge, otherwise you won't have room for the body. But don't put it too close to the other edge, because then you won't have room for the head. So, kind of center it. Get a semicircle, like this, just in a little arch. That's gonna be the top of the head. And then you're going to draw lines from either side of the semicircle into kind of a rounded triangle teardrop. Kind of like that. So that's going to be the basic shape of the fox's face. And from there, we can give it an ear. Gonna draw a triangle on the end. A rounded triangle like this. You don't have to worry about it being pointy or anything. And then another one. Another rounded triangle on the head. So now it has ears. And this is the head of your fox. Now, for the body, we're gonna have like this big semicircle, like about an inch from the ear. Like this. That is the fox's back. And then coming from the other side, close to where the nose will be, you just put another line down. That marks off where the body is. See, if I can get this in view, the viewfinder is not really helping. About that close to the nose. And back to the other half, the rounded half of this, you're going to put another semicircle, not all the way down. Do not connect those two circles. Like this. That is the leg, the back leg. From there, you draw another line. Like this. This is going to be its paw. Run our semicircle and then wrap it all the way back around to where the other line is. Just like this. And that's the completed foot. And as for the tail, about where the upper leg is, and put a line there, and semicircle again. That's going to be the tail there. It may look weird at first, but this is the basic outline. Close to the end of the paw, put another line out, the diagonal line. This is going to be the tip of the tail. And then we just connect the two lines. And that's an entire tail. Now, obviously we're going to do a little editing here. because otherwise it's sitting on its tail. So, don't be afraid to use your eraser here. Now that we know exactly where the foot is and where the tail is, the tail gets the priority. Connect the tip of the tail to where the back of the tail is, like this. And right now it should look like it has multiple tails. That is because we haven't erased the extra line. This line right here needs to be erased. Because otherwise it would have a see-through tail and you'd be able to see its foot through it. So then we erase that line. That was just a guideline to tell where the foot would come out. See, once that line is removed, it looks a lot better. And now we need to finish up the front. From the line that's coming out near the snout, at the very bottom of it, we're going to put another line. We're going to make front paws. So like the back one, semicircle around. Like this. And then you draw a line upwards to where the chest would be. Like this. And right next door there's going to be the other leg. So we're going to make the leg right about here. It's going to look a little weird, but it's not supposed to look like a real fox. It's just for fun. If you want to draw a real fox, you should probably look at a picture of a real fox. And from here, we're going to draw the other paw kind of overlapping the other one. It's twisted at a funny angle here. So then there should be a line over the other paw. We're going to erase that after. That's a guideline. Another semicircle around and up. The other back leg's on the other side, so we're not really going to see that too much. And now we just erase this extra line, so the closer paw gets to be shown more. Like this. Yeah. And now for the belly. Just draw a diagonal line from about 1.5 inches down to almost the crease of the back foot. Like this. This is how it's looking so far. Now you can draw the back leg, the other back leg. Right next to the other one, another semicircle, a little smaller. And so now its body is complete. Now we can add more detail, including the face. The fox definitely needs a face. Otherwise we just have a faceless fox. So I'm gonna start with the ears. Put another diagonal line in both ears, about here. And we're gonna put a little floof inside the ears. I like to put floof in my animals' ears, especially the canines. You guys can choose if you want the floof or not. And add some hair at the top of the head. Little fluffy head. Like that. That's also optional. You don't have to have a floof on the head. And then I'm gonna move down to the nose. You just put a semicircle there, like this. And to make this nose shiny, we put another semicircle in the middle of that other semicircle. And it just looks like a little sparkly spot. Glistening wet nose. And then more semicircles. I like to draw semicircles. Put a semicircle on either side of his face. About here you can decide if you want to continue the eyes or leave them closed. I'm gonna continue the eyes. Put another semicircle at the bottom, kind of like skinny lemons or almonds. And then the inside of the eyes, we put more semicircles. I hope you guys are good at drawing semicircles. Okay, now it just looks real weird, but in a moment we're gonna have the pupils. For the pupils, you can either do a round pupil or a skinny pupil. For this one, we're gonna have a skinny pupil, so there's gonna be a triangle inside each eye, like this. Oh, also guys, if you have any suggestions on anything else you'd like to see me draw, let me know in the comments. No one has been suggesting anything lately, so that would be much appreciated. Anyhow, we're going to put a semicircle inside the triangles to make the eyes look more lively. Like that. Now it's going to get some cheek floofs. So you got to erase part of the cheek on both sides if you want to add the cheek floofs. So then it looks like this. Why do I hear a cat meowing? That doesn't sound like one of our cats.
Oh, well, it's probably a cat outside.
Oh wait, no, it is our cat. It's Emily.
She's looking for her third baby.
Sorry guys. So we put spikes where we erased the cheek to make the floofs. So now it has floofy cheeks. And now, for more design, we go from each side of the semicircle that marks the shiny spot. That's where the muzzle is going to be. You make a line all the way up to the tip of the eyes on both sides, like this. And you can do any kind of little design. You can make a semicircle at the top or a spike. I'm going to do some spikes. Like a shooting star or something here. And then its cheeks You just put like a line from the end of the iris up to where the back is on that one side. On the other side, just put it to where the floof ends.
And that's the facial details. Now we're gonna move on to the chest. We're gonna make the chest floofy so it doesn't look as weird.
But if you want a weird looking fox, you can just do that, yeah.
Erase part of the guideline. And we're gonna make it spiky to make it look floofy. All the way down. And then it's gonna floof back up to the other side.
So we're gonna take the spot where the cheek floofs end, and we're gonna continue to floof down to the leg. And then the floof diagonally, like this. And then the back, we can add some floof to the back.
Erase the back where you want to add your spikes.
And just do a zigzag along.
Like this.
And the belly, erase part of the belly. Gonna add more floof there.
Very floofy.
So yeah, make sure you have a good eraser if you want to do it exactly as I'm doing it.
Extra floof.
And of course the tail is going to be floofy. Erase a good portion of the tail on either side.
So now it looks like this. You see where you can very faintly see the outline where it used to be? That's where the floofs go.
Just do a zigzag along where it used to be. On both sides.
And now you get a big floof tail. And we're gonna do the typical
Foxtail tip. Without the pencil snapping with that. Those spikes.
like that. And now for the feet.
Just gonna make a little wavy mark where the brown's gonna end on all paws.
By brown, I mean whatever color you want to make the paws.
Now we're gonna put some lines on the paws. Give the fox some toes. Just do more tiny semicircles along it.
And there you have it, the entire outline of the fox. You can do what you want with the design. Don't have to have the exact markings as mine. This is just a demonstration.
And now that you got your entire fox outline, you're gonna want to color in the outline.
So you get yourself a big box of colored pencils. Well, you don't have to have a big box, just at least a few colors. Maybe 10. 5 or 10, at least. We're not gonna use all those colors, obviously. It's just fun to have lots of colors. And for mine, I'm gonna color in like I did the previous one. So I'm gonna start with some dark brown.
And since I don't have a dark brown crayon, if you guys have a dark brown crayon, feel free to use that. You don't have to use colored pencils. This is for the back of the ears, which are dark brown on this particular fox. Like this. And let's see. I want some black. My black colored pencil is a bit scuffed up, but at least it doesn't look as bad as the other one I have that got fractured somehow. I don't know what happened. These colored pencils don't usually fracture, but that's like the second or third time I've had one fracture. Probably from the same pack. Sometimes they make their colored pencils better than other times. These are Crayola, by the way. I mostly use Crayola. I do have a few other colored pencil types too, though. But for this purpose, I'm using the Crayolas. And so I'm going to start coloring in the outline of the nose. Nice and dark. Tiny little nose. And the pupils, aside from the shine spots, will also be colored in black. But if you want your fox to have colorful pupils, then go for it. It's your picture, your choice. Now I'm going to go for a little bit of brown. This will be for the eyes. Outline the eyes brown. So my fox will have brown eyes. Yours can have any color eyes: yellow, green, blue, indigo, yellow. I already said yellow, pink, any color you want. And I'm going to use some brown on that place where I put the nose bridge, the snout bridge. So I'm going to make this one slightly different than the one I made before. Obviously I don't have that one out for reference. And the brown I will also put as the outline for the paws. You guys can do so as well. Just very carefully, short little strokes of the colored pencil will do. Like this. And you can make your paws any color. You don't even have to make a red fox. You can make a gray fox if you want to. Gray foxes are nice too. Or a black fox or a white fox or any color fox you want. There's no requirements on what color you're making your fox. Sorry, I just had to erase some smudge. I accidentally made a smudged the pencil a little bit. Next, I'm gonna get some red orange. Because I'm making a red fox. And most of it's going to be outlined with this red orange if you're making the same exact one as mine. Be very careful not to get too much into the wrong color sections. It takes a bit of patience to get these pictures. Outline his back, the outline of the tail, like this, and the leg, outline the belly. Unless the belly on your fox is white, then don't outline it. I got the front leg, both front legs. And that about does it for the red orange. I would like to go back and shake some tan through the inner ear. Aside from the flute's going to be white. So the top and the edge. I want to put it very carefully around the white, if you have white in your fox's ears. This is if you put the actual floofs into the ears or not. If you didn't, this might be a little easier. Otherwise, here it is. Alright, now that the outline is complete, it is time for the complete coloration. And like I said, you can use whatever tools you want to color it in. You don't have to use crayons for this. You can use colored pencils, or you can use markers even. It just run through the paper a little bit. Hope you don't have anything valuable on the other side of your paper. So, the white doesn't need to be colored in, but the next lightest color would be tan. I like to go from lightest color to darkest color. So I'm going to use some tan on the ears. Like that. And next would be the red orange, which is most of the body, so this might take a little while. If I can find my red orange, that would be very helpful. Oh right, it's this one. Just very carefully colored in. Nice and steady little strokes. And that's the head. And then I'm going to go down to the legs. Careful around the chest area. up the other leg. If your fox has a white chest, try very carefully not to get any of whatever color it drew in the main body into the chest. And careful of also the cheeks, if your cheeks on your fox are white. This is how far mine is so far. How far are you guys on your own fox if you're following along? Remember to take your time. There's no need to rush. At our house, we have some gray foxes that visit us. Do you guys like foxes? Well, if you're watching this, you probably do like foxes, so why am I even asking? Because why would you want to draw an animal you hate? Unless this just came on TV without you pressing on it, which happens sometimes on playlists and stuff. Autoplay. And so it's a very charming looking fox so far. I'm gonna move on to brown. Putting the eyes. My other one I think I gave copper eyes to. So this is slightly different. As I said, I don't have the other one for reference. I'm doing this entirely without reference. But it's pretty much the style of the last one. There's the snout bridge. Just got to put it in his paws. Paws and then back paws. I just accidentally got a little bit of brown on the tail. So that's why you guys have to be careful. Otherwise your fox will have a little bit of brown in its white fur, but you know, they probably do sometimes. And then we're gonna finish off with coloring the nose. Oh yes, and of course, for those of you wondering, you like whiskers on the side as an added touch. And there it is! This is the entire fox, sitting fox. And that concludes this how to draw video. So, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any suggestions on other things you'd like to see me try to draw for you guys, let me know in the comments as well. If you haven't already, Make sure you subscribe for more videos. Bye.